Hello, friends. All right, we're gonna actually get started. You know, see if we can get this show on the road so we can enjoy everything. But part of getting the show on the road is me shutting up and letting the commentators do their thing. So I'm gonna let them do their thing. We have some cool things happening tonight. I said they were gonna let them do their thing. I interrupted anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna shut up now. So you guys can do your thing. I'm gonna figure out stuff.
All right, well, hello everybody. This is me, Zubaz, and I'm excited to be, talking about these games tonight. You're gonna be here for two of these sets. It's gonna be a great time. But joining me tonight is who is joining me tonight? Who are you?
Everyone, my name is Jay. So many of the things that Zubaz said about him is also true about me. Number one, I'm excited. Number two, I'm here for two of these things. And number three,
your name is
I'm
Zubaz.
Commentating with somebody else.
And number four, your name is also Zubaz.
Yeah. Welcome! Welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome all of ye to the Boominati League, where anything can happen.
Yeah, anything.
Welcome to
2 + 2
all
= 3.
ladies. Welcome to all gentlemen.
Yeah.
No pets.
This first game goes out to all the ladies here tonight.
If you brought a pet to this Boominati League, legend has it you will be killed within 5 minutes of your home.
Wow. Oof.
I know. Yeah.
There are snipers.
I can't tell you just how important this is that you listen to what I have to say.
Yeah. This is like this is like the next level of what was it, Bob Barker's remember, just spay and neuter your pets.
Yeah.
JJJ, remember, no pets or you die.
I don't want you to have a pet around me in any sense of the word. And if you do, I will be upset with you and you will die eventually.
Don't even show him your pets in a picture.
So we should probably talk about the fact that this first one is actually going to be a 6v6. We are not going to have a person sitting out this time around.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, a longer set, right?
No doubt about it, but also, yeah.
On each side, that's math.
Yep, there's no doubt about it. 1 plus a mysterious number that we will find out later equals 6.
Yep.
It's going to be Incendiate's team versus OmegaXCN. So Incendiate, we've got Enders as the second in command, and then you have legit Airworthy, RuberBeefMan, and as you can see, RonTheTryhard. OmegaXCN with Noe Woe as his anchor, so to speak. Kashi, Ridz, 8-Way, and SweatySpaghetti, who we also see on screen. So Gro versus Zos. I would imagine this could potentially be a bit tough for Gro, seeing as how his backwards movement is not very strong and could potentially be really destroyed by Zos, so he typically relies on his ability to do sidesteps and things like 6xA and 6xB, but that isn't really good against Zos either.
Yeah, the character with possibly the best, if not the best. I gave with the 2v though for RonTheTryhard.
That was so... Yeesh. What did he sidestep? It looked like it was a Hori.
It did look like he was Hori. Maybe he just whiffed and he was he's just the spacing god.
Bro also sometimes has weird whiffing kind of issues. He can't even necessarily try to challenge Zos with a 3v because Zos does have a relatively good I-12 punish.
Yeah, he does. Gives him that curse, gives him even more damage potential, can make moves safe.
Sweaty is just having a real tough time with the whole hitting his opponent thing in Soul Calibur 6 right now. He's whiffing at a mid-range way too often. He's just not particularly comfortable at this screen. It looks like Ron is even just going to be comfortable just spending the guard crush, but he's not even going to need to. Spaghetti's got to figure out something real quick.
Even with that extra bar meter, Ron still really close on there, gets the whiff punish. The guard damage is still a huge factor in this game number 1. Oh, it goes for the Twilight 12 punish, but doesn't quite have the range on that AA.
Spaghetti is just way too much whiffing in mid-range, and he seems really confused, and it really seems like Ron is just simply standing there, allowing Spaghetti to make a mistake. So the second that Spaghetti keeps himself from doing something like that as often as he is, then I think things will go a lot better for him. Throwing out lows is certainly going to be a pretty good idea against somebody who's just statue blocking you. Okay, so there you go. Still has to do with that guard crush, but Gross Soul Charge is nothing to shake a stick at.
Yeah, it's crazy. The character becomes so good when he presses the Soul Charge ability.
Oh man, what a read.
Yeah, great stuff from RonTheTryhard. And getting that guard gauge flashing drive once again. There's gonna be so much pressure that SweatySpaghetti has to deal with right now.
Can he do the exact same thing with Soul Charge? It honestly wouldn't even be that difficult. I don't know so much about a Lightning Slash at -12. That is not that fast. It looks like Ron is
nice use the horizontal there, though, from RonTheTryhard, and that should be game number 1 closing out. Yes, it is. I like him using these horizontals, as you said before at the beginning of the match, Jay. Using them to limit that side mobility. That Grow has really good tech steps for things like 66A, 66B, slight minus frames. That's it. That's I mean, Avenger size.
That's enough.
Yeah, but they're really, really good.
That's more than most characters have.
Yeah, a lot of times, Grow players will try and disrespect at like minus frames to just use that insane tech step that those moves have to just avoid so many things. But Ron, being aware of that option, going for the horizontal, gets the counter hit, and is able to close the game off of that sequence.
All in all, it just really seems like Spaghetti is significantly less comfortable at this mid-range than RonTheTryhard is. Both these characters are relatively strong at the mid-range, and so I'm actually kind of surprised that Grow would have this hard of a time dealing with it. It's just really going to have to be a matter of when Ron is putting himself at a slight frame disadvantage, but they're both like in each other's face, Spaghetti is using something that's a little bit too slow to take advantage of that slight frame disadvantage. I wish he was going with stuff that was a little bit faster, potentially things like grabs, 1A, seeing as how we're dealing with the statue block quite a lot, and just stuff like BB. I think Grow's BB is kind of like the second best in the game, so just playing a little bit more small caliber I think could potentially work out for you.
Yeah, definitely, as well as like getting whiff punishes with like things like 3B. Grow's 3B has a lot of range on it, so like when Ron whiffs like some of those horizontals, you can get that 3B in there, but...
Oh, he's dead? Oh, I didn't know about that conversion. Okay.
Yeah. Ron, your Zass, his ring out's got nerfed behind him. Looks like it's still pretty good in front of him.
Yeah, they're still relatively good. I appreciate the fact that the mix-up is now gone, seeing as how that mix-up was mad dumb.
Yeah.
God, Spaghetti not... Well, I mean, it ended up working that time, but there's been so many times where he's just thrown that out at mid-range, and it's been nothing but trouble for him, so I kind of wish he didn't get validated that time and making him think that was a good idea to continue to do that kind of strat. But I think he's dead, yeah,
he's dead. Yeah, I feel like 6A plus B can be a good move, but Ron has basically blocked every single one except for that one.
Yeah. Alright, well... Maybe we're stupid. Maybe I'm wrong. He didn't get the proper combo, but the improper combo still gives him about a third life. Okay, so there we go. He could potentially go into soul attack here. Decides to attack back, which makes sense.
Okay, that movement once again. Gets that curse proc. He got 3 curses on him. He's gonna get potentially a lot of damage.
I don't even know how he gets out of this. He's got to spend bar. Interesting. Ron decides to spend bar. Well, this is effectively going to make Spaghetti do the same. Yeah, so there we go. Oh, and so he had 3 curses. Wow. I totally forgot. You know what, Ron? You got me too.
Yeah, I honestly, I was like, okay, oh, that's kind of a waste of meter. And then I was like, exactly. Oh wait,
I totally forgot. That's an RI when you have 3 curses. I really dislike how difficult it is to see how many curses you have on you.
I did say it.
Yeah, it is.
But then I forgot like all of the mechanics that
because he got that hit, and we were all under the impression, oh, he's going to use those 3 curses for like a super duper combo. That's the idea, but didn't end up panning out.
Yeah, I like that though. He pops the soul charge, right? Does the suck to pull him in, gets the frame advantage. Like, okay, this is a spot where you would want to soul charge to get out of the pressure, but he has the resist impact on the critical edge with the big brain play. Getting that one. That was a really cool, smart way to use your resources in that sequence of like, people getting that panic situation where they're like, oh, well, I had the bar, I'm in this bad spot, I'm gonna soul charge.
Yeah, I was even saying it, like, because of course you're gonna spend soul charge there. As Grow, like, you've gotta, right? Speaking of Grow, 8-Way can potentially throw out his Grow here. Presumably he's gonna go Tira, but frankly, 8-Way plays a lot of characters. This is one of the things that I like about OmegaXCN's team, is that there's so many players that have so much flexibility in the characters they play. Ron can potentially throw out Yoshi as well, but 8-Way has played Tira, and Grow, and Mina. I feel like I'm missing one, but I'm not sure which one it is.
I think he played as well before. Right, there's the Mina.
There's the Mina. So we're going to go from... Grow was kind of losing out pretty hard in the mid-range. Mina can certainly take a step back, and potentially play two aspects of the game that Ron was focusing on a little bit better. Number one, the spacing game. I think Mina's better at it. And two, and super more importantly, the guard damage game. That was something that I think Ron really tried to establish in the first round. And 8-Way immediately runs up and does a 2-way. I don't, this isn't the number one thing that I know Mina for, but, you know.
Well, getting chin music in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, what a GI. A back-turn GI.
Ooh,
alrighty.
Oh, but too far away to get the combo. I think that was the tip range combo you would have to go for there.
How fast is Mina's 668 tech crouch? That was like frame -4. Ooh. Yeah, he doesn't get... Oh, I was about to say he doesn't get anything. See, now that's the kind of spacing that we're looking for, that the Grow player was not able to pull off. I kind of wish he wasn't so aggressive with it.
Yeah, maybe expecting to get him out of it.
Oh no, nice. Come on, you gotta figure that kind of thing. Because at -14, I don't even really know what Mina gets.
As a block punish, she can do 3B5K, that's like her optimal.
Yeah, I guess, you know, it gives him a knockdown. Oh, ends up throwing, speaking of 3B Slide K, putting it out in neutral, maybe not expecting Ron to be able to whip punish it. Should be, I feel like, yeah, a little bit more of this 1B to when you're successful with your backdash. If you're pulling off that one of those whip punishes, I feel like more 1B would be the way to go. Oh, no.
Ooh, with the call out though on the GI, Ron. Great stuff. But the combo drops. Not a good spot to be in though.
Alright, we're going into the mix game. This is one of the things that Mina's fantastic at. This is unshakable Oki that you simply have to guess right on.
It is. I like him holding the string there, beating out the GI.
But I appreciate that second extra sidestep because that move is notorious for capturing sidesteps, even a sidestep that's as good as Mina's. Yeah, you can see like how he's hesitant about like unblocking as the 6BB whips.
Get that guard damage on him. And that launch right there, safe on block against this character, right? They can't punish it, I think minus 10.
Yeah. So I really feel like, okay, it is true that Ron is probably going to allow his guard gauge to get a little bit lower, but going over to Zas, being aggressive with a character like Mina, I don't necessarily think that that would be the best way to go. Now here I kind of wish that was a little bit more...
That guard damage still stacking up right now. Oh, the jump attack! I feel like that was not intentional. I mean, I'm supposed to be 2-2-B.
Man, it looked really cool that he gets a little bit out of it. Alright, he has that curse. I don't know if he's going to do anything with it. He's going to go for, he's going to go for a tech trap.
Yeah. I like the idea there, but it doesn't pan out for him.
He smacked the CE. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Sauce doesn't have any meter anymore, and he's got to worry about this guard crush. I mean, honestly, I feel... Oh, man, you want to talk about a thick vertical.
Yep.
Both of them are going to have to deal with this guard crush sooner or later.
It could be a big factor in this round here. 8-Way, if he's able to close it out and get that guard break in this round, could be huge.
If 8-Way can potentially make Ron, force Ron to spend... See, I really feel like blocking was the way to go there and just get the guard crush out of the way this round, and that way you don't have to deal with it later.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice! Step
yeah, get the time step duck. Yep.
Decides to go for the guard damage. Ron intentionally taking the hit so that he doesn't have to deal with the extra guard damage and is able to spend the bar in order to get his next round. So, 2 bars to 1. Ron's going to have to deal with double soul charge. Double Mina soul charge. In my opinion, the best soul charge in the game. That might be kind of a hot take nowadays. But we'll see.
Super good. Nice. Getting more SB on the block and the slide kick. There you go. That guard gauge. Just flashing red for like just a second.
Come on, you gotta spend bar, 8-Way. You got all this bar. What are you gonna do with it? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, spend it early.
What's you gonna do? CEU? No way. Nice. Just guards. Okay, so bar for bar. 8-Way could potentially hang back now. Force Ron to waste his soul charge so he has an additional one later on.
I like that he was just backing up again and wasting that soul charge entirely. He had wasted about half that soul charge, just Ron kind of being full screen. Got nothing out of that soul charge.
What effectively Ron has is this guard crush. He could potentially use it in some sort of a way. Now all soul charges are done. Oh man, that's like the second or third time that he's had some sort of a hit that he could have gotten off of the kill.
So close right now.
There, no!
This guard crush should be huge for Ron. He's gonna get his next mix up. He doesn't die to it though. He's still alive. But that guard crush he was gonna get the round, but unfortunately, the 3AK does like no guard damage. It's so hard to break with that move.
He really was only in red for a short amount of time. There was a lot of spaghetti at the end of there. I really feel like 8-Way had effectively created a whiff punish opportunity 3 or 4 times in a row, and he wasn't able to fully capitalize off of it. Ron had made his choices, and they were perfectly reasonable choices, but he was just kind of, at the end, kind of praying that guard crush was going to save the day, and it just didn't end up panning out. Decides not to go for Yoshi, decides to stick with his guns, or his orbs, as the case may be.
With his abyss.
Dad abyss, though.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it wasn't really necessarily bad getting out of the wire. I feel like he just really was dead set on that guard crush, and as you mentioned before, he was just in the red in that 3AK. Just break guard that fast. It's not a lot of guard damage. Maybe going for these jump attacks intentionally there.
Man, everybody is spot dodging everything so crazily. It really sucks that 8-Way is. It's kind of funny. When I think of Mina, the #1 move I think of is 2-2-B, and I don't think 8-Way's done a single one of them.
Yeah, like not at all. A lot of it's like a mid-screen kind of like I'm gonna try and dodge something option. With, like,
he just ends up sidestepping into a BB, which is like,
maybe
I have to imagine that's not what he wants, but I don't know.
Okay, like the curse proc there, getting the round. RonTheTryhard up round #1 in game 2. We saw this in that first game, I believe, and 8-Way was able to claw his way back.
I imagine 8-Way is not necessarily doing jumping jacks over the fact that we got a stage like this. I would think that you'd want something a little bit bigger, much more similar to what we had before. Tons of GIs, but there we go. There's the 2-2-B that I'm sure 8-Way has been wanting this whole time. He goes for the 4-4-A yet again. I think it's the 3rd time in a row. It really hasn't come to fruition for him. Yeah, decides to go for the mid this time, but frankly, even if that doesn't work, that's still a lot of guard damage. Oh, God. If he had only committed to this step yet?
Yeah, but the 1B, oh, such a fast move online, and with that soul charge is even wider as well.
It's unsteppable, honestly.
Yeah. Especially when you're Zaz, like your sidestep's so horrible.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that was half-life. Okay, you're almost dead.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead here.
Please stop going for the full 4A stuff. It's not working at all.
You could use like some 6-6 holds or something. Just to,
yeah, just go for that guard damage like you did that one time. Like, I think it's clearly better. But I mean, it ends up, it's working out, his overall game plan. Decides to spend the bar. It's a bonus bar, effectively, so you gotta spend it. But it's gonna be tough to try and make a comeback. I don't really see Zas as that heavy of a comeback kind of character.
Not really, unless you have like curses already applied.
Curses, ring out, maybe. That's right. No ducks on these 3AKs. I understand it can be difficult, but it really seems like 8-Way's trying to go for like GIs on some of like the charged up strings, which might be getting Ron into a bit of a weird situation.
Yeah, I think you're right on that one, Jay. But Ron kind of backing away full screen, doing these unblockable cancels. I don't know what he's trying to. Is he trying to bait 8-Way to like try and come at him? But like,
yeah, that's what I would guess. This tends to, whenever I see Ron in kind of a rough spot, I find that this is typically what he decides to do. He decides to go, okay, well that's going to give him the C. I imagine that RE. I imagine he wanted to go for RE, thought that he had an orb, but it turns out he didn't, so he was just doing RE from full screen. so that kind of stinks. But yeah, sometimes when Ron is in a tough spot, what he tends to do is go ultra defensive and just go to the edge of the ring, and then also when it doesn't work, he just then runs back at you. So he kind of like, he gets a little bit distorted in his mind. He gets a little bit confused as to what his option is supposed to be.
And I think that it's, I think you're right on that one, Jake. It's like, yeah, you see him go back. He's like, oh, I don't think like I want to be in this spot. Runs away full screen. Does an unblockable cancel a few times. Maybe expecting his opponent to come at him, but like, 8-Way had a huge life lead there.
Yeah,
like and he's Mina, so he doesn't have to approach you. Like,
Mina's version of approaching you is still outside of Zas's range, and I think that's one of the hardest things. I'm honestly kind of surprised that Ron didn't end up going Yoshi. I would imagine that he would feel more comfortable going for an in-close kind of game against a character that frankly isn't the best when it comes to punishing, like, for instance, like -12 things.
Yeah,
he decides to stick with decides to stick with a Zas that is going to be performing a lot of stuff in the mid-range, when the character can simply just escape all that kind of stuff. So I'd be curious to know what his option was.
Shout out to Graffiti Souls with the 250, making the pot at close to over $500 now, which means you have hit the sub goal. I forgot which sub goal I said was gonna be at 500. Whether it was the
Boom drinks a vat of acid.
Whether it was was it the pickle brine G Fuel or the pickle mayo sandwich? Which one?
I think it was the pickle. No, it was the pickle and mayo sandwich because the pickle brine G Fuel sounds way worse.
Wait, which one? Well, which one? I forgot which one it was, but it's. I'm doing that one, and then I have to fulfill one that I didn't fulfill a long time ago, which is the peach cobbler and G Fuel mayo sandwich as well.
Oh God, what?
It's gonna be. Those are the 2 things that I have to do, and that I will.
Jesus.
That you have to do.
Like...
Yeah, well, we hit the goal, and I have to be a man of my word.
Or else they will call the police.
I have to be a man of my word. That's really.
Yeah, I did play Ivy for 2.5
like
months.
A cruel and usable punishment, man.
Playing Ivy, yeah, I agree.
It'll be fun, but thank you so much for your souls for the 500 that you donated so far. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the support you've come through and shown. Also, shout out to people who have supported in other ways as well. Habaduba with the $1 and all the coupon codes is happening, and then Zendo with the 2863. Thanks so much, Zendo, for that. We have coupon codes now, so please just click the free coupon code to contribute for free. Yeah, there's 44 codes left, so please, by the end of the night, there should be no more codes left. There's 3 matches, so please, please do that when you do so, when you get a chance. I am going to do quick ads. Shout outs to where's my ads? Wednesday Night Fights, which you can't see because I need to figure that out. I'll figure that out by the end of this game. But Wednesday Night Fights is doing the stuff for Wednesday. Zephyr's Footman was the winners last time, or was grand finals last time, and Zeph took it over Footman in the reset, so it was fun to watch. Also, NLBC is tomorrow. NLBC is tomorrow. NLBC is tomorrow. NLBC is tomorrow. Please sign up for NLBC. I don't know if Saban's here, but he wants to spam chat with links. Feel free to do so, and I'll fix the graphics during the break or something. But yeah, and also XBase4 Maturino. Yeah, there's coupon codes. Thanks so much for people who donated. Thank you, Graffiti Souls, for the $250. Thank you so much. Yeah, and on that note, we are going to continue. So yeah.
All right.
We're
hey,
1-1.
Welcome back. I don't know where you guys have been, but I've been here the whole time. Jay, thoughts?
Subaz, think about all the people who said we wouldn't get here.
I'm thinking of a few.
Thinking about all the naysayers.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
that would constantly tell us that we would fail.
Yeah.
And isn't it?
And they were right.
Yeah, it really sucks that in between each match we have to slightly go off stage. We have to go into a different chat and say to each other, "Do you want to fail right now?" And then you tell me, "Jay, I do, but let's continue anyway." And then we come back in here. And it's weird that we've done that every time that we've commentated together.
For over the course of almost 3 years, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. We're close to a century's worth of commentary gigs.
Yeah.
And we're close to an hour's worth of salary from said commentary gigs.
You know what, Jay?
Yeah, what's up?
If you're anything, you're right.
Yeah, if there's anything I know about, it's getting destroyed. Alright, here we go.
All
we got
right,
legit versus 8-way. Presumably... Wow! Oh my god. I mean, I know that that's real, but also yeesh. Anyway, I presume that 8-way is forced to play Mina at least for the first game of the next set, as they were effectively character locked for the first game. I would be willing to bet that he would stick with Mina, even if he loses. But he's got a lot of characters. I think Gro does very well against Siegfried.
He definitely does. Mina can do okay, depending, but I feel like Siegfried can really punish unless you're just not going for him.
I mean, if
legit monitor isn't at the right angle.
Yeah, if legit isn't going for the AGA punishes, honestly, do you have to worry about any punishes kind of at all when you're playing Mina? Because that was a very important piece of information for 8-way to get right there.
Yeah, it could be like that first game kind of nervousness. He went for the I-16 punish, right? So it's like he's aware of it. Maybe he just, hand slip kind of thing, but maybe next time if he gets the opportunity, he'll get it.
If that's the case, if I'm 8-way, I am hard forcing that situation just to see, like, okay, I know this is really obvious, but I want to see if you get the punish. Because if you don't get the punish the second time in a row, I'm doing this all day. And you're what? You're going to get a 6AA force block?
-2 and like 20 damage? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Wow, 6AA doing a lot of work. Nice, I like it. I kind of wish he had stuck with it there. What? I thought there was a combo there. Maybe not.
Yeah, he didn't hold it. He didn't go into stance. Like the first Siegfried ever not to do reverse idle K hold.
Yeah, legit is having some
a
tough
legit
time
hard time.
Heyo. Well, that's not even like a heyo. That was literally just the guy's name. I take back my heyo.
No, you can't.
I can't. Why can't I do that?
No. Okay, that's for a miss.
All right, we are 0 for 9,000 on all of 8-way's 4-4-A's. Doesn't get a punish on the B. Nobody's really getting their punishes, but out of these two characters, I would think that Mina's in favor when that's the case.
And he's not challenging after that 6A hold on block, but and the 6A gonna get in there. Yeah, once you see him kind of go into stance off that 6A hold, you can try and mash or RE or something there, right? So you see him that stance entry, he's kind of locked into like either he's gonna do the thing instantly or he's gonna hard read you, sheep hold transition, and spin around.
Yeah, you saw that 8-way was typically going for the jump kick in that scenario. It was just kind of funny that the second time, the jump kick sort of worked. It got him out of the situation to an extent, and then he was just like, he just stood there, and he was like, haha, I did it. Oh.
Drops the B4 there. Be coming through, delays the attack, gets the cancel, goes to throw, but not getting anything out of it. 8-way going for the soul charge, needs to make something happen in this round.
Oh, I appreciate the attempt. He really had to make something huge happen there. And it's a bonus bar. There's a chance this Gar Crush is going to be a problem, but really only a slight chance. It really seems like legit. Okay, see, like, well, if that's the case, then you're not really getting your full punish.
Yeah, you got the non-just frame AGA, you know, it's still a punish, but not
really it's a punish.
He lost like 80 damage.
Yeah. Alright, Soul Charge versus Soul Charge. How did he roll that?
I've never seen anyone roll that move before.
How did he pull that off? You could have CE punished there. Nice duck. Legit having some pretty solid defense here. I think it's giving... Is that going to be out? Yeah. Wow, almost a fantastic bait. But okay, Soul Charge versus... Oh, you're dead. Are you dead?
Oh, not quite living on prayer.
This is a very big deal. He still has that bar. No punish! Oh! Okay, here we go. Soul Charge. You have to get in against Mina. Nice. Wow, fantastic reserved punish. Trying to stay away from any of that stance shenanigans. That's if you can do on whiff.
Yeah,
man,
you got a few options there. I feel like Siegfried in those situations almost always go for the side spin, so this 2K should have covered that option as well. The only thing he had was going into reverse side hold forward, but I probably wouldn't have done that, so I don't think he would have either.
It really seems like out of... This match is kind of going very similar to the first game, where I feel like the first game for the set, both players are kind of dropping a handful of things, but when that's the case, 8-way seems to come out on top. Now, if this is going to be like Ron, this would mean that legit will start getting mollywopped, but we'll see if that's the case, because he actually seemed to be warming up. Like, he was screwing up a handful of things at the beginning of the first game, and then it was getting better as time went on. So, if he's fully warm now, it could be a different scenario.
Yeah, it's see, like, I feel like he has not, like, AGA'd a single time other than trying to, like, get that block punish that he dropped. Like, he's going for these 6 AAs, which, you know, it's a good move, but...
I wonder if this
was
the
way he's using it is a better option to go for.
Yeah, I wonder if this was like a challenge that they gave each other. Like, okay, legit, you don't use AGA, the move that your character is known for, and I won't use Mina 22B. We'll both just only use moves that we're not necessarily known for.
Yeah.
Trying to RE. You can do that on block, not on hit.
Okay, 3, 4.
Oh boy.
Wasn't he delayed that just enough? Okay, the lethal hit though. Going for the tech trap, doesn't get it, and that reversal is going to be able to take it here.
Alright, if he gets the B, this could be a big deal. K is not really that big of a deal. Yeah, you're not going to get the potential ring up, but I do think that you probably should have spent bar there.
You trying to tilt him?
I mean, I think this is just what happens literally any time. I've had both of these guys on War of the Roses, and this is what happens literally any time that they're involved.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess this is just a thing that they do. Wow, the Mina command grab. We've seen more Mina command grabs than we've seen 2-2-Bs.
Right. SweatySpaghetti though kind of come through. Needs to make something happen, right? They're pretty even on life still. And it's gonna make a nice little lead for 8-Way. Gets the sweep again. This SweatySpaghetti still getting a lot of damage, and this is gonna be basically one-hit situation here.
Why would you go that?
Oh no!
Yep. Why would 8-Way sidestep to that direction? That was. He specifically went out of his way to put his back to the breakable wall. I really do not think that was a good idea.
No,
he was in a perfectly reasonable position outside of his stage positioning.
Yeah, he pretty much put himself in a situation where no matter what option he got hit with there, he was out of the ring. The B would have rung out over the launcher or over the wall, and then it's the K we saw there. He goes to reverse side hold A, gets the wall splat. Able to get the 6K into the wall splat. All
right, well, presumably 8-Way wanted this matchup specifically. So we're potentially going to be seeing a significantly different set because clearly he did not want to play Mina against Siegfried. He still had block.
I feel like Tyra does really well against Siegfried because she's
able to imagine so. You're able to dance all over the place, and it's what is Siegfried gonna do?
Yeah, your whiff punishment is amazing. Your damage, especially in Gloomy, your damage in Gloomy is like on par with Siegfried's.
Your poking is significantly better than Siegfried's when you're in Jolly. Still have to deal with that Dark Legacy.
Yeah, it's the X factor.
Wow, what step?
Let's see, Soul Charge for round number 1 coming in.
I mean, he's got like almost a full set of bar like afterwards too. So like he didn't even lose like that much. See, he's at 4 stances. He doesn't get to start the next round in Gloomy, so that's kind of a big deal. But they're that equal bar because of that reversal I from before.
Impact into the grab. Okay, nice. Use the meter. He had the meter advantage that you mentioned before, so avoiding that situation definitely not a good option.
Man, it really seems like Legit's defense is really getting to 8-Way. He's having a tough time trying to like crack the shell, so to speak. He ends up getting that online, which is pretty impressive.
Definitely not an easy thing to do.
Oh no. Definitely just had to straight up block that. Don't get wrung out. No! That could have been so scary. He has not gotten a single stance change so far this round.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's
gonna get 1, yeah, for the low life.
Oh no.
Oh wow. Again, he gets counter hit trying to press a button.
Alright, you get to start in Gloomy, but we've got some bad news for you. Wow, not even... It really seems like 8-Way's out of his comfort zone right now. He is not making the right decisions. He's having a tough time cracking Legit open, and he's falling for a lot of very obvious kind of Siegfried setups. They're not even necessarily mix-ups. They're just straight up like, this is the kind of stuff that you have to block in order to stick around against Siegfried, and he's just actually just straight up getting hit by that.
Yeah. Which Siegfried's also fine with. Oh, the whiff punish goes for the glow grab instead, but gets attacked. Last 12.
I sworn that he was dead.
Did we have a ground splat? No.
Alright, he had to spend his other bar. He's got 8 changes. He's close to Coda, but gee whiz, you have so much work to do. So much work that is not going to end up happening here. So that now the team goes up 2-1.
Yeah, that was a sick call out from Legit, calling that 6-6A from 8-Way out.
It makes a lot of sense. What else is Jolly Tyra going to be doing, you know?
Yeah, he's been like pretty sidestep heavy, so he showed before that he wasn't going to try and punish it or anything, so not
Plus,
a bad
if you're
option.
dead wrong,
yeah,
like, he gets so much life, so like, who cares?
Yeah. If he gets wrong, it would have been a big deal, and he gets right, so it didn't even matter. But great call out from Legit, being in that situation. And it's always important to recognize like a character like Mina Tyra to be what stance that she's in, right? The Gloomy and Jolly play fundamentally different. Same character, but the gameplay, depending on the stance, is entirely different.
It's very similar to ensuring you're keeping track of what weapon Aswell has.
Yeah.
Where the pros and cons of both stances, effectively, that Tyra has, are significantly polarizing to each other.
Yeah.
And that carries over to their Soul Charger versions as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we have potentially Kashi, we have potentially Ridz to go up against Legit here. So potentially another Tyra. Ridz also plays Amy. I would vehemently suggest not doing that against Siegfried.
Yep. Potentially another Mina if it's Kashi.
Honestly, I feel like he might go Raph.
Oh, yeah, he's been playing.
Yeah, right.
That's definitely a solid matchup against Siegfried for sure. You can definitely punish things that
Everything.
other characters can't. Yeah, you can pretty much punish everything. While Rising B becomes punishable on block, guaranteed. There's no trade. You get the high 10 6B. Things like that can definitely be annoying for him. You have other moves like Bleed 6B plus K is very annoying.
And also, at least if you have walls, then your damage is honestly very similar to your Siegfried opponent. But you know what? Everybody shut up, because we're not going to see Raphael versus Siegfried.
Yeah, we're going to see either Kira or Cassandra.
Well, as far as I know, Ridz has stopped playing Cassandra. I might be wrong about that, and who knows, maybe he just feels like he could throw a Cassandra right here and feel relatively comfortable, even if he hasn't played Cassandra in a while. But if he goes Amy, yeah, I was going to say, I really don't think that Amy would be the way to go in a set like that, yeah.
I feel like Amy's game plan basically feeds itself into what a Siegfried player wants.
Yeah, it's tough stuff.
Yeah, you're forcing you to do a horizontal attack to contain my movement because it's the only move you really have, and then I hit you for 80 damage.
Honestly, I guess they already gave their order, and it's kind of unfortunate that they effectively gave Legit another Tira, because he's already kind of warm to this match. Obviously, different styles, but
So
I would want to try to make Legit feel more uncomfortable.
I have the ability to look at team chats, and these guys talk. These guys are locals, right? So usually the set goes in Legit's favor, but lately Ridz has been coming out on top. So maybe that's why Ridz is very confident in this match. So is Legit. So that's probably why they picked Ridz over Legit. There's a lot of competition between the two. So
it's more about the players than anything else. Makes sense. And we're certainly seeing that in this first game, because we have 4 stance changes plus the round already.
A good start for Ridz coming into this one, but the 2K on Wake Up.
Well, I think so. He wanted 4K and got Stan K, and then I think he just, one of those gut reactions where you're like, no, I wanted 4K. Here, do 4K, and then he got 1K the second time around.
Yeah. I definitely would like to see Legit do more AGA and less 6AA.
Yeah. But Legit is a very big fan of 6AA.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good move. It's a good move, but he's using it in a way where, like, AGA is a better option, right? It's got more range. It's less punishable on whiff. You get +2 on block versus a -2. There's no risk of them ducking the string. It definitely has a place. I just feel like he's supplementing it for AGA also. I mean, he's kind of using it as that move as well, which it shouldn't be.
Man, it really seems like Legit had a fantastic handle on what was going on, and then the second that Ridz hit Soul Charge, it really seemed to go south so heavily for him. So now we're in 6 stance changes, already with 2 rounds. Assuming that Legit even stands a chance in this game, he's guaranteed to have to deal with Coda.
Yeah, for sure. At this point, there's nothing you can do about it.
No, it's not like, beating Coda's unbeatable. But it's not easy. Well, it looks like, you know what? Oh, okay, he was still in Jolly. I'm actually kind of surprised that Legit got hit by that BB, because that was the exact same thing that Ridz did before.
Now, the thing we saw before, though, is Ridz, or Legit, he lost that first game against 8-Way. Pretty, like,
8-Way's Mina.
Yeah, but still, he lost that first game.
Yeah.
And then came back 2 games straight. So maybe he's like a real life version of Amy, He's trying to get like those red roses in real life so he can be at full power.
Boy, I needed to open up Google Maps just to see where that was going.
Yeah, but it came around, really right? You got you to the destination.
I mean, due to an algorithm that I looked up online that you didn't have any part of. So I never said I was a
good mapping service.
You know what, Zubaz? Well said. You, in fact, never said that you were a solid, consistent mapping service. It's true, you never did say that.
No, I didn't.
Alright, so we got Nightmare versus Tira. I would imagine this can actually be relatively tough for Tira, if only because, at least in Jolly, I don't know if there's really anything that Ridz has that breaks armor. I think it's just 3B, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Technically, 9A breaks armor by like 1.2.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
wow!
Too early.
Man, we got 4 stance changes already, yet again. Okay. I mean, at least, you know, you can do stuff like 2-2A from Tira with, like, Wild Abandon, and you don't really have to worry about it. That's always the thing that you have to do when you're fighting against Nightmares. Find those moves that now have a super special power, because they're no longer punishable.
Yeah, exactly. Nightmare. You can do so much damage when he does hit you that it's, like, such a nightmare to deal with.
Heyo. Drill on block into Soul Charge. We bouncing away Shades of Taki. Okay, just take the break. You gotta take the break. Okay,
I don't think that does guard breaks anymore.
Oh, okay.
The last one?
Was that? That was a lot of weird stuff going on right there, so I don't know what's up. But you get to start in Gloomy. Here we go. We're already at 6 stance changes. Yeah, that's going to be safe in this matchup. Okay, decides to take a more defensive style. Decides to spin the bar. I guess we're just kind of trying to get to Coda as soon as possible. I can respect it.
Yeah, only needs one more thing. Wait, that went to 5 and then to 7. That was weird.
Yeah, they, it's kind of funny. If that's the way that it happens when you get your first stance change, you will go from 0 to -1 to 1.
That's weird.
Yeah, when it's specifically the Tira CE, it, like, takes 1 away from you first.
That's weird.
Okay, it's kind of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
It's kind of
it's
what
like
you
a
were talking
real
about.
life Red Rose mechanic, Jay.
No. Stop.
He picked Nightmare, right? Nightmare has the red glow to him.
This is the police. This bit has gone on for too long. Nobody likes it.
Hey,
Zubaz, you're under arrest.
Hey, man. There's way worse bits that have been going on by less funny people.
Hey, man, there are crimes that have been going on in this country for a lot longer than they should have been, but here we are.
Going with Amy, I'm not necessarily sure how you feel about this matchup, Jay, but I feel like it'd be kind of like similar in terms of like she can't really break his armor too well, and
you can actually break armor when you have red. You can actually break armor really, really well. But you can also break armor in fantastic ways in the sense of 4A is really good. Obviously, 1B is really good. And also, 3A does not break armor, but even if it activates the armor, who cares? Because you'll be able to block in time. I actually think this is a 5-5 matchup, and it's very irritating for both players.
Yeah.
But, you know, for a new Amy, this might be difficult. Getting 2 roses, if you lose the first round, but you get 3 roses, I actually consider it a tie. 2 roses, though, not so much.
No, you lost. You lost that round.
Yeah. But yeah, once you do have red roses, suddenly a lot of doors are open to you with regards to this matchup. The problem is the fact that Nightmare, just like with every matchup, can straight up kill you if you're wrong about anything ever at all. And I really feel like that punish should have been harder.
Yep. Should have been.
Oh boy.
Oh, disrespect, but he doesn't pull the trigger on the 60kk.
No, you're dead, my dude. You needed to be more active. I don't know, man. You got 2 red roses. You got a red guard gauge. You can't get hit, nor can you block anything.
Yeah, that AJ doing 9%
Nightmare.
is definitely gonna hurt a lot.
I feel like you just have to try and take the break in the middle of the stage. Going for a soul charge without red is actually a pretty good idea because you get a whole bunch of opportunities to get more red roses. I appreciate the fact that Legit is just staying on the ground.
Yeah,
okay, well. Didn't even get red. Well, at least he didn't go for white. Yeah, that matchup takes a while to get used to.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
Didn't get red. Well, at least he didn't even attempt to go white.
That's really the best thing that I've got. But honestly, I feel like
that's the biggest compliment you can give him.
I mean, what else am I gonna say? There's really not much else that I can go with. It just really seemed like kind of what Boom was talking about earlier. These guys know each other very well, and so it really seemed like the mix-ups were just straight up not in Ridz's favor. So it's kind of unfortunate. But if you do get red, then the matchup can be significantly easier. You have access to a million break attacks. 4BB is also incredibly good. 66K is actually a hidden gem that Amy has that you don't need red roses for. That will beat Nightmare Armor, so that's nice. Mm-hmm. It's a -2, relatively thick hitbox, so it'll probably catch Nightmare sidestep. Knocks down. Okay, presumably Legit is forced onto Nightmare
Yes, he
to
is.
go up against Kashi.
Yeah, from what I saw earlier in the chat, Boom was saying that yes, the 8-way was locked in earlier.
Yeah.
To the Mina, so Legit will be locked in to the Nightmare. But you know,
So Nightmare versus Raph versus Mitsu versus Mina. All these characters I think can potentially do relatively well.
Yeah, I guess one benefit though Legit does have, you know, with Nightmare as a secondary character, Mitsurugi, interesting,
Okay.
is there are transferable skills between, you know, Nightmare and his main Siegfried, because
Sure.
well, they're the same person.
It's a very similar. It is a very common thing to see Siegfried and Nightmare players kind of be interchangeable. Okay, Kashi
doing the classic thing where you just stand still at the beginning of the round.
I don't really know if that's a good idea on the longest stage in the game against a character who technically has a ramp mechanic, so maybe that wasn't the best plan of action, but okay, let's see what happens here. Yeah, can't punish 1A, that's an important piece of information. Except Legit doesn't go for AGA, which is very weird. And normally, like, the 1A is like, oh, this is really great against AGA. Well, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yep. Like the least AGA heavy Viander player I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Okay, first round, almost instantly. Now it's run-up stand kick.
Okay.
Potentially has a ring up with that nice step duck.
Yeah, great step duck from Legit. Just slowly transitioning. He worked his way back into the wall position, but slowly finding his way out now.
Oh, I understand what this costume is. Is this Nightmare supposed to be a cow? I presume is that what the team name's about? That they're cows? I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. I just mean like the animal.
Yeah, no, I get it. I feel like I'm putting down. You think the wall slide here? Yup, and he's dead.
Wanted to make sure I wasn't on trial.
Yeah. This isn't the court of law, Jay. This is Soul Calibur.
Okay, thank God. I am out of order, but I'm not on trial. Okay, soul attack immediately. I kind of like Nightmare players just spending meter just for the sake of spending meter. I think it makes sense.
Guard damage, this frame advantage, you forced out your opponent's soul charge. You know, Mitsurugi has a great soul charge, but you're gonna clip him with the Group Stride AA.
The really frustrating thing about Nightmare and Terror. Okay, here we go. I really feel like a 2-2A could have been in store for you, but I understand Mitsu 2-2A is a very disappointing, frustrating move. He got half life off that combo.
Yeah, you're like, well, but like soul charge 3PP really does like half life, so like, whatever.
Oh no, he tried to go for Wall Rising B at -10. I don't know so much. That move does not actually... Something that I think is a common misconception is doing moves from crouch will mean that they are tech crouches, and that's not really the case. A lot of people get stuck there. Here we go!
They're also 5 times slower if you instantly do them standing.
Yeah, so there you go. Okay, well this Soul Charge meant Buff Kiss. Well, I say that, now he could possibly be dead! Could have killed him! Yeah, he could have killed him if he had just pulled the trigger. But he still has Terror Charge, gets a lot more... Yeah, okay, I think he's just... Yeah, he was just going for guard damage, so...
He's gotta be
unfortunately he didn't get that, that kill there, but it ended up working out.
He's gonna be probably around, like, what, 40-ish% after that round still?
Yeah.
On guard damage?
What with the fact that Kashi had... Oh no, bad just guards. What with the fact that Kashi has 2 bars? I doubt that the guard crush is really going to come into it, but you never know. Legit still not ducking. Oh no!
Wow, what a crazy stance transition from
Do not
Legit.
get force blocked into dead. Yes, take the hit and then take that block. Okay, here we go. Now you get a chance to shine. If you had one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. Because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Wall Rising AA. Wow, what a duck! Oh, terrible punish! Oh, I hated it. There it is. Is that dead? It's not dead. I feel like it could have been dead. Oh, but he legit has a bar right now. There's a lot of weird spaghetti going on. Okay, Mitsu BB being the largest hitbox in the universe.
And the Nightmare though as well, Jay. He having the smallest soul charge quake in the game, I think tied with Ivy. He didn't get that quake push away, so you know, as you saw, Kashi was able to just run up immediately and catches his backstep because there was no neutral situation. He didn't get knocked back at all, and legit, despite not being able to be hit, which rhymed.
So what do you think of
have
this
any
matchup?
advantage? It's like okay, I guess. Like Siegfried, if you block like a 1KB, he dies.
Okay, so that's cool. Why do you die off of a 1KB?
If you block it, Mitsurugi gets lethal hit.
No, I mean to say, like, what is Siegfried's punish on one
Adrian.
game? Right. So we're not going to see that here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I forgot who we're watching.
But there's that player matchup that we're talking about. 6AA could potentially be a problem if Kashi continues to go with the 1A strat.
Yeah, the 1A going under it. Right? That's why AGA can be a little bit better of an option. Sometimes you will recover in time.
Wow, you just ate Half-Life.
Yeah.
Off of like 3 mid-range folks, but legit going in with those 4 stance mix-ups. Gets the wall. Does not get the wall. Over that meter. Alright, you died. I don't know, man. It doesn't really seem like Siegfried really gets all that much off of.
Yeah, Siegfried's like minus 16 block punishment's not that good.
Yeah, just like a 3K. That kind of blows. Does he get more in soul charge?
Kinda.
Is that 14? Yeah, it is 14. Okay, yeah, he's good. I thought that was 12. I'm stupid. Alright, but he doesn't have any meter for this next round.
No.
It seems to be going very... I don't know how to describe this set. It's kind of going tentatively. Like, it's either one player's in the driver's seat or the other one is... They don't really... Nobody gets back into the driver's seat until they've already sacrificed, like, at least half their health.
Yeah, it's very polarizing set.
Yeah. So far. I mean, for the most part, Legit is definitely getting a lot more of, like, this poking kind of thing, at least in this round. Alright, but you gave him a lot of bar here. Don't give him the A.
You gave him
What a sneaky, sneaky man. Decides to spend his bar immediately for the Shura. I don't actually know if I agree with this. I could see it both ways. Okay, well, you gotta get up.
He had such a good punish in CE or 4K or more than what he did.
No, you get okay there, dude? Okay, bar, red guard gauge. Gotta be worried about that Shura. Gotta be worried about that. That wasn't the Shura. He just did the regular one. Why? Why would that be the option? I don't actually know how the regular one is better than the Shura one. Go farther? Okay.
No,
yeah, it doesn't go farther. It's more unsafe and it's slower.
I think it's safer.
Wait, the regular one or the Shura one? What's the question?
What is better about Mitsu 236B as opposed to the Shura Blade version?
It pushes out further and it punishes at 16.
No, the Shura's side 12.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, I think Shura does. I think non-Shura does just as much damage. It's just he gets it at minus. He gets it at 12. No.
Okay. At least in that context that we just saw, it doesn't really seem like the regular version had any positives going for it.
No, if you full charge it, it does more guard damage. Actually.
Yeah, that was not the situation that we were looking at on screen, so I'd be very curious to know what Kashi was going for there. Sidestep 3B into an immediate Shura Blade. Makes sense.
Not a bad use of meter there.
I like it, yeah.
The damage he gets off the 3B outside of Soul Charge.
Okay, now you just have to wait out this bar from Siegfried. Legit has some work to do. Yep, just little tiny pepperings. Still had to block it. Fantastic punishment. Okay, but the soul charge is finished and they're basically evened up. Okay.
The heck crouch on the A+B coming through as well.
Oh no, Kashi not respecting these side steps.
You went for the 3B as the whiff punish?
That was a counter hit minus 12 punish, by the way. It really seemed, frankly speaking, this is something that I talk about with Siegfried, and Zubaz, you can disagree with me if you want to, because you know more about Siegfried than I do. But the fact of the matter is, I find that Siegfried's force blocks, when he gets a knockdown, are some of the best in the game. But the fact of the matter is that when it comes to the mix, it's not really that powerful. So in a lot of situations, what you end up doing against Siegfried, in my opinion, is you get up, you're effectively forced to block the first portion of his force block situation, and then you can get up and you can do whatever you want. And you'll be fine. Because you're not going to get hit by a low. You could potentially get hit by a grab. But I find that Kashi is being a little bit too disrespectful in these wake-up situations. As you saw, he immediately mashed into an immediate sidestep, into another immediate sidestep. And I feel like if you just kind of planted his feet, waited for Siegfried's pressure to dissipate, because he's not a particularly sticky character, you would end up doing a lot better.
Yeah, you kind of like, you eat the guard damage, you eat the like the -4, but like Siegfried, oh, nice call out with the spin. Like situations like that, right? You kind of gotta block that move. Doesn't get the optimum punish. No, you're too far away for that one, legit. And Kashi's not out of this game yet, Jay.
Gotta
Go
deal
for that
with
break attack, trying to break. Oh,
Ow!
dead! Oh no! But he used the combo! No! Kashi!
Wow. Oh man. This is actually a running gag that we've noticed is that Kashi, along with a handful of the other like Latin America type players, they have. This doesn't necessarily have to do with the fact that he dropped that combo, but I find that there are a lot of players in Latin America that have a very tough time against Siegfried specifically. I don't think any of them play Siegfried.
Kashi from like New York.
But he plays with Lolo and Nova Mage and that kind of like section of the community kind of a lot.
Okay, I guess. I see what you mean. He dies. 2 bars of meter though for Kashi.
1A being a very interesting choice. Siegfried's reverse ledge being incredibly short.
It's fast though. Doesn't attack going for him. Soul charge, spending it. You're not even really early, still half on life, but solid damage coming in here. Has the wall pressure.
I don't think he's dead. No, he's not.
Well,
we don't know until he gets the combo,
last
right?
time. Oh no.
Oh, he could have punished there. Okay, he wanted to go for a tricky diggy.
Alright, yeah, the 2B.
Kind of a heavy challenge there. That could have been very scary.
Is this 2B 12 frames in this game or 14?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, if it's 12, that makes sense. If it's 14, he would have lost the baseball.
Yeah, I think it is 14. But I'm just guessing there.
Air control to safety. Hey, he's not getting ducked.
It basically hasn't throughout the entirety of Legit's opponents so far.
Yeah,
that's gonna do it for this round. No, it's not.
No, it's not. He's dropping all these combos.
Really? Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, I feel like like there is the threat of the 6AB, right? But he's not really incentivized to even attempt it because no one ever tries to duck 6AA.
He decides to try and spend bar to try and get out of that situation, bar for bar.
Yeah, get low on life, and was he dead this time?
No, but I don't think he was actually dead off of the combo. Wow, BB beating Dark Legacy there. That was kind of unfortunate for Legit, but okay. Does that even us up yet again?
No, that's 2-1.
Oh, okay. Oh, I meant to say like just
in
the overall team score.
Yeah, I guess overall team score.
No, it's
Oh, it was 3-2. 3-2.
We're gonna be here for a long time. You guys know the ads.
Yep. So
LBC,
hey guys,
happening tomorrow. You can go through a Zubass if you want.
I know you got it. You know whatever.
Hey,
You whatever.
Hey, no, that's off my back, bro. Stop cursing in the team lobby, guys. Relax. Stop it.
Yeah, no swear. No swears.
No swearies allowed. LBC happening tomorrow. Please save Mendeas. Spam the link. It's gonna be lit. 7 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be dope. Parsec. It's gonna be lit. Wednesday night fights happens every Wednesday. Shout out to Big Papa Shunk and the Wednesday night fights crew. Really dope. Exclamation point, Matrino for Matrino. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I think I don't know if the Matrino has gotten higher since I've last looked at it, but please use the coupon codes. We have free coupon codes. Yes, it's gotten higher. Thank you for using the coupon codes, guys. Thanks again to everyone who donated. Alright, I wanted to get through this as fast as possible, so you might not see ads for a little bit, so yeah. Cool. I'm gonna invite the next person on the team and then we can keep going.
Alright. So that would be who would be up next for Team MonoChromosomes.
I can get that for you.
Airworthy or RuberBeefMan?
Yeah, Airworthy or RuberBeefMan is gonna be next. So,
we've got Survey. We've got Hilda.
It's gonna be Airworthy.
Survey it is. Survey versus Mitsu Ruby. I would imagine this is a very frustrating match for Mitsu.
Yeah, I feel like Cervantes just does what Mitsu wants to do, but better in every capacity.
Well, it's also just the fact that, like, in order for Mitsu to even compete, he has to go through this gauntlet of pushback anytime he breathes. And it's very frustrating. So I imagine if and when Kashi loses the first game as Mitsu, he'll switch to someone else.
It's definitely, I'd say it's a pretty high probability, right? Like, he has the other characters, he has the Mina, he has the Raph, two solid characters.
To the stage of history retold.
Yeah, I just feel like dealing with the pushback that Cervantes is going to be throwing out all the time is going to be very difficult.
Yeah, he's going to be like trying to approach moves like A6 are going to be very annoying to deal with.
Yeah, basically just A6.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all of them, but A6 especially.
Yeah, A6 especially. He's got some good whiff punishment with 3P plus K, IGDR. His soul charge is also very strong. There are walls on the stage. It's not like a walled stage, but there are walls on the stage, so you can has access to Dreadstorm sometimes.
Yeah, always important to remember when Airworthy's on the screen.
Yep.
No, it doesn't really get that much of a whip punish. Airworthy's just warming up.
Yeah. 2A plus B, though, a great anti-mash tool. As you've seen, Kashi does like to press buttons and be disrespectful. Nice.
Oh wow, the second hit of A slide B takes out the armor. That's hilarious. Yeah. Doesn't even need the full thing. He just gets the second hit.
That might be that might be a punish on hit.
Yeah, probably. With the amount of range that we're talking about, B6.
I guess it would be. Yeah, I wonder if he doesn't do this dance entry, it still punishes. Because it's minus 14 on hit, but I mean, maybe he doesn't the first hit.
He went for A plus B. That's crazy. Oh man, now we're back to the situation where Mitsu has to... Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that, like, there's this constant threat of Servi backdashing and whiff punishing you, that in a lot of spots when Cervantes doesn't end up doing that, it ends up being a very tricky thing to deal with, because then Mitsu is immediately surprised and has to be hesitant about what move he's going to do. This is going to be a back turn Soul Charge.
Yep. Well, he's dead! Oh, another thing as well is, we saw him Twitch talking. I feel like Cervantes, despite having lower damage lows, has better lows than Mitsurugi.
Yeah, they're significantly, they cover a lot more range, and they're significantly less costly.
Yep.
22K is the one from Mitsu that I think is probably the best when it comes to large range and, like, challenging a lot of areas, but it doesn't come close to dealing with Silly.
No.
Alright, but yeah, you just did all that pushback, and now what are you going to do? Now Cervantes is over there.
Yeah, and that A slide B, you're gonna even out that life total. Yeah, and he's dead.
Yeah, he went in a little bit too hard, but okay. I think we all kind of saw where this was coming. So, Raphael or Mina? I'm gonna guess Raphael. And you know why? Because I hope it's Raphael.
Try to do the commentator curse, but like working the opposite way, where you're saying the certain thing to have the opposite thing. Nice.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you've been doing this for 3 years or more.
When was the first time that I commentated? That was probably like 2013 or something like that.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up?
Talk about Soul Calibur 6 here, all right? The only game that matters.
Yeah, if you talk to certain people, I guess that's true. Decides to stay with Mitsurugi! I am very surprised by this.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with this exactly.
Very curious.
It's kind of what we were talking about before. Like, that 1-1K, it's so good. It's, I think, what, +4 on hit?
Something like that,
tons of range, tech crouches, but...
Gonna get a Shura Blade here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Airworthy doesn't break. It's not gonna kill.
No, but one hit away, and that sidestep, like delay, gets the GI bait, and the BB gonna take it.
I'd be willing to bet that that GI that Airworthy did was not intentional. I'd be willing to bet that like forward after the G. Oh, you're dead. Oh no. Oh, okay. Oh, there's like a different combo. Oh, he went for like the Soul Charge combo, even though he wasn't in Soul Charge. Oh, I don't know what's going on now. This is all ridiculous stuff.
Mm-hmm. He's doing that thing where like he doesn't move at the beginning of the round, but he just did it the whole game mid-round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, he like decided on like a weird combo that he didn't have the opportunity to use. And meanwhile, I feel relatively confident that the B plus K combo would have gotten him a ring out. So that's kind of unfortunate. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Relatively even meter. Man, a lot of these sidestepping 2-2-As. I mean, if only Cervantes didn't have this massive weakness of poor horizontal containment.
Right? He said, sarcastically.
Or did I?
No, you did. You did.
I did, yes.
Yeah, you did.
It's actually one of the things that Cervantes is possibly the best.
I thought you were saying one of the things I'm most known for.
Man, these 1-1Ks are even more successful than the A6s that have never shown up. What's up with players today not using moves that their characters are known for?
What's up with players not attacking the thing that does the character's like
again?
RAM mechanic gives?
Again, I'd be willing to bet that that GI was not intentional.
Yeah.
I think Airworthy's just having a real tough time. I am very surprised by everything that's going on in this game right now.
Ooh.
Alrighty. Well, you got a real fast Shura out here.
Oh, he doesn't attack.
Okay.
Lots of gunshots here.
Still doesn't have
like,
it's probably like one gunshot away. Guys, Mitsu's sidestep is not very good.
No,
and so doing it
the wall there.
right at the ring edge, I don't know. Wow, the jump B, huh?
Interesting choice.
Yeah. Wow, just kicking him. I feel like you should spend bar just to get Mitsu Soul Charge away from you, but it seems to be, well, I was gonna say it seemed to be working out, but then this happened.
And then he took, like, 30 to life.
Yeah.
Block punish, and A slide B, Soul Charge, doesn't want to deal with that -4 situation, and there's the A6B! He's got the gunshot ready to go. This could be huge.
Don't make it too obvious. Lose?
Nope.
Oh, you should have lost. Honestly, that kind of sucks, because I think Kashi had planned that out perfectly, and it just was not to be for today. So that ends up being the end of Kashi. Oh, that kind of sucks, because I really feel like he got that CE. If it were offline, I think it would have worked out.
Yeah, definitely. I think the possibly would have been a situation where having that better reaction time could have played factor. But yeah, Airworthy, keeping the clutch for his team, maintaining the score lead. Was it 4-2, 4-3?
4-3, I believe.
4-2.
4-2. I believe his name is pronounced RuberBeefMan. But we will see.
Oh, Airworthy won. Would be Noe Woe.
Teams mixed up.
Noe Woe, Noe Woe.
Oh, whoop.
Nariguchi.
Yeah.
Noe Woe versus Airworthy.
Yeah.
We could see Mitsu. That would be very surprising. We could see Mina. We could see Valdo. I'm gonna bet on Valdo.
Valdo, could be a decent choice. Mina.
Back. Probably can get some jank stuff going on.
Yeah, Valdo winning one of those characters that is kind of like, hey, how much do you know about this character?
Yeah, if you don't play against Anton, and if you're not Japanese, I don't know how you have any experience against Valdo. Yeah.
You pretty much could play against, like, Anton, Xlan, when he's, like, a person that is existing.
Well, yeah.
And...
I guess if you've got that one guy. What's his name? Anybody remember the European Valdo player?
He's like on the tip of my tongue. I don't know.
Chio? Or is that just his online name?
Raziel. Yeah, Raziel.
Raziel. Yeah.
Yeah, Cheerios. That guy.
Yeah, Cheerios. He's on that Honey Nut team.
Yeah.
Alright, decides to go with the Mina. I'm very sad. Okay, 2-2-B. Interesting. He goes for the move 2-2-B. I wonder if, that's not really a move that we see all that often out of Mina.
He said sarcastically.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no, we're good.
Yeah, not necessarily lag that the players are dealing with, but certainly lag that the spectators are dealing with. Go for an AA, okay.
Think this grab gets the IGDR to do a decent amount of damage. Yeah, not too far out of it now. That 3A.
Ooh, fantastic whiff punish. That was really good.
Noe Woe did that preemptively. I think that might have kind of low profile a little bit, or like a little bit of backswing.
Right. or at least enough of a backswing to keep him away from a move that's relatively short range from Serbi's point of view. Yeah, Noe Woe tends to be somebody of significantly more of a reserve style than we see from typical kind of stuff, so the fact that he's able to make a defensive reserve gameplay work in an online scenario, very impressive.
Yeah. Oof, tip range A6, alright, gets the run counter afterwards as well, but one hit away, yeah, that mix-up, you pretty much got it. It's 50-50. Sometimes you guess wrong.
Man, he's going for a lot of 1-1Ks. It certainly seems to be working out. Okay, we get a really decent punish on the Hell Sweep.
You know, Cervantes possibly the best 3Bs in the game. You know, doesn't
well, certainly the most
utility.
damaging.
Yeah, most damaging. Doesn't maybe not have utilities some other ones, but the damage is just so high on it that it doesn't matter.
Alright, that's not going to kill, but we're going to be awfully close. He'll be dead to a second CE. Oh, nice hit.
Yeah, now anything one hit away at this point, yeah, the 2K gonna close it out. Noe Woe very convincingly taking game number 1 against Airworthy. Airworthy kind of just looked like he was freezing up a lot.
Yeah, he was having a tough time with stuttering and awkward playstyles.
Yeah, maybe trying to like avoid like things like getting counter hit by 6As or something maybe, but it looked like he was kind of just like walking up and then just freezing. And Noe Woe was kind of just stand guarding sometimes, and we didn't really see him go for too many throws. And I know he's like different players, different play styles, but he doesn't really go for like that grab mid mix-up that you see from like some other Cervantes players.
Welcome to the stage.
Probably going to be, I mean, Airworthy's not going to be changing characters, but it's kind of funny that this is the first time in this entire team match where when I see Noe Woe play, it's stuff that like makes sense to me. Everybody else has been super wackadoo on both sides, and I haven't necessarily known what's been going on, but when I see Noe Woe play, everything kind of, I'm like, yeah, I kind of understand where he's coming from with these decisions, with these timings, and stuff like that. So it's up to Airworthy to either play as straight and narrow as Noe Woe is doing, or what I actually think is going to happen is that he's going to have to play ultra super de-duper wacky to try and take Noe Woe off of his guard. Not the easiest thing in the world, obviously, but it might be the way he has to go. Certainly not going to get any ring-out help from a stage like this.
No, but you get the wall help, though, right? Being
this is true.
Airworthy, right? Cervantes, he has ring-outs, and they're not bad, but when he has walls, having access to Dreadstorm is such a huge boon. You know Dreadstorm B does 50% guard damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Ooh, oh man, he almost got a fantastic AGI bait. Didn't pan out. There you can see him kind of angling over there. Noe Woe decides to stay on the ground for an uncomfortable amount of time and then made Airworthy back up to full screen.
Okay, just a low sweep, 3+B, gonna be building a little bit of bar.
Oh, fantastic whip punish. That's not dead, but it's gonna be awfully close. Yeah, Airworthy, okay, now he's gonna be going off of the wall. So it's gonna be a matter of, like, how much Noe Woe knows about Dreadstorm. But, like, outside of that, it really seems like Airworthy's being choked out of this game.
Well,
I maintain what I said, but also that happened.
Yeah, Airworthy just feels like he's having trouble getting momentum against Noe Woe.
He's having trouble getting, like, playing the video game. He's just not, he's really not playing right now. Fantastic step duck in the funnel.
Yeah, just like Noe Woe's just guessing right so often. But, like,
he's putting himself in these positions where he has the ability to guess right in a lot of these spots, you know? Yeah, Wall Rising B isn't going to be punishable.
yeah, I see Airworthy, he goes for that 6-6A into the 2B plus K hold. He says, like, sometimes he likes to do it because, like, some people get hit by it. I don't know, because I feel like it just ruins any Oki you had, and then they're full screen, and now you're just like, well, there goes any momentum I just had.
Yeah, Airworthy, I don't know, sometimes I find, wow, he's getting a lot of damage off of these gunshots, and it's kind of, oh, did you die? Yeah, you did.
Wow.
I mean,
you
that
blocked
is
2 Dreadstorm Bs in this round, and
we'll see.
He died.
It's kind of ironic because more often than not, when you get the guard break off of that Dreadstorm B, you don't even actually get a combo. It kind of depends on the amount of distance that Airworthy, that Cervantes is able to travel for. So that was perfect range for Noe Woe to get killed there. Is that gunshot into the Guard Crush going to be enough to just take Noe Woe off of his course? He didn't get any damage.
Oh, he could have maybe got the red there.
Oh, that is not going to be a punish. Alright, what is Noe Woe going to do here? He's got another bar. Does he decide to use it? Probably not. Man, that one Guard Crush really took Noe Woe out of this game. It's kind of crazy how big of a difference that round was from every other round we've seen so far.
Yeah, it literally changed the entire momentum right now. Now look at the Airworthy has totally changed the pace of this match right now, right? He was kind of playing more passively before, not really guessing right, but now
because he's scared of these gunshots. He's scared of this kind of stuff. Beats the AGI yet again. Gets a huge amount of damage. Yeah, that's not going to be
I like what he went for, but it didn't pan out. That could be another thing right there, another momentum shift.
Alright, 2 bars to 1. Lots of chip damage on both sides.
Yeah, I don't like that option, right? You kind of just hit Mina full screen, and now you kind of have to get in on her. I don't like 2B+K there.
Up against the wall, he's going to have to potentially be a little bit scared. Yeah, I appreciate spending the bar here, trying to utilize. Yeah, so it forces Noe Woe to go into his bar, and now if you want, you can try to play this passively. Looks like Airworthy's decided to play aggressively. It ends up getting clipped. Oh, he could have gotten a huge amount of damage there, but it doesn't end up panning out. But he's got another bar right after this.
He does. Big meter disparity right now if Airworthy's able to pop it soon.
Man, you see that pushback on that move that Noe Woe decides on? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Okay, he's like, hey, this could be huge. Spend it. Yep, yeah, there you go.
Oh, wait, no, he's dead.
He's not dead, but he has the gunshot lethal hit.
Not like that matters, but still.
One hit away is Airworthy. He needs this hit to stay alive, and his team will be in the lead. Either way, he gets the whip punish with that single A.
Alright.
Alright, he's trying to take out the ace of the opposing team.
I presume that Noe Woe is going to continue with his Mina.
Yeah, I don't think it was like a bad choice.
Switch. Yeah, in terms of characters, that's not the problem. The problem is the stage. The problem is that he wants the stage. Now, if Airworthy is anything like he normally is, and he normally is, then I assume that we're going to get the forest stage.
Yeah, this is like one of those things, right? Like you can try and go for the same stage, and maybe it's not that bad because there is ring out opportunities, but he has walls, and maybe you get like the forest stage, as you're saying, but maybe you don't. Maybe you get something better. It's about the same.
Yeah, it's kind of rough either way.
Yeah. Interesting thing about this one is the starting positions are not even.
One could even say that they are uneven.
Yeah, one has a wall to your back.
Man, ever since that guard break happened, Noe Woe really seems to be a different player, and not a better one, a worse one. Wow, what a punish!
You could say that he's losing.
Yeah, you could say that he went from like playing really well and successfully beating his opponent to now he's not.
Yeah,
don't get reverse around.
Yeah, that 3CB, that wasn't on an Oki situation. I think he woke up. Whoa, great reaction.
I can't believe he did it again. He got destroyed both times for going for that AGI. He ends up going for it a third time. Yeah, this one you can just hold this out. Just please don't get hit by a gunshot. Yeah, if you just hold crouch in that situation.
Oh, if he did the jump K, you would have been able to get the hit there. But I like the teleport option there, right? That's something you have to be aware of.
Sure.
With Dreadstormers, he can teleport right behind you.
So you basically are just sitting there in crouch, trying to ensure that you don't get hit by any of the attacks, nor a gunshot, and then you're just specifically aiming to try and catch that teleport the second it happens. It's easier said than done. It's kind of like trying to get away from that unblockable tech trap.
Right, okay.
It's about as good of a punish as you could have.
Right? Like with Mina, like the only thing you really get better is like, was it B6?
I don't actually know what her block punishes are after 12. Alright, it's gonna go off the wall again.
Okay, trying to be cheeky. Did he whiff punish 6-6 B hold?
Yeah, that's very impressive. You had to do your move like yesterday in order for that to happen.
Yeah, that move is such low whiff recovery. Really outplus recovery.
That being said, Noe Woe now has a ton of meter. He can ramp up a lot of guard damage. He could get hit by a 2A from mid-screen.
Yeah. Not quite the SC5 2A, but, you know, still big range on Cervantes' 2A in this one.
Yeah. Alright, gets a good amount of damage, almost in the yellow. Guard damage on top of it. Uh-oh. Okay, very scary.
That could have been bad. Oh, he doesn't get the wall. He went for the wall, didn't get it. Nice whiff punish with the 1B. You're gonna be able to whiff punish that. That's stereotypically a hard move to whiff punish, but that 1B on Mina has so much range.
It's got a lot of bar. He's gonna have to deal with this guard break. I think Noe Woe's mission right now is just to ramp up that guard gauge and potentially force Airworthy to spend one of his bars. Nice. Oh, decides to spend his own. Interesting choice. 2A again. Endlessly fishing for that 2A. Very interesting choice. I think Cervantes is potentially dead to the guard rush, depending on what the guard rush is.
Okay. Doesn't go for the IGDR last time. That got him blown up. Not going to be able to kill. Doesn't have the meter.
Yeah,
but the guard break is going to be able to make a kill.
Oh, wait. Is it?
No, he drops the combo!
I'm not even sure he was going to kill because they're scaling so heavily, but maybe... Oh, you died, my dude! You have become dead. Right? No.
Oh, no, the lethal hit!
No, it's still... It is enough! It's... Oh, boy. Okay, Noe Woe. Let's see how you lose this round.
Like,
2 bars to none, but boy, Noe Woe is normally a relatively clutch player. This is just not a set that's going in his favor. Wow, I can't believe that, dude. Oh, he's dead. No, he's not.
He's not.
I gotta stop saying it, but I keep thinking it. It's got another bar on top of it. No, see? How come it doesn't happen when you do it? How come it only happens when I do it?
Well, Jay, you know, I got what the kids call the sauce.
Why do you know what kids say?
Well,
it seems like a weird piece of knowledge that you have.
Hey, sometimes you're on the internet and it's like you see an advertisement on a news website.
Oh,
like,
sure, yeah.
It's like TikToker does this thing. And you're like, I don't care about this at all. But it keeps advertising it to me. And in the headline, it's like, they say this thing, you know?
It's just a thing that happens in your life, and it's just something that you've definitely memorized the way you would for something that you were genuinely interested in, but it just happened that way. It's not actually, you don't have any culpability.
Yeah, it's like, I'm remembering it, like, ironically, you know, to make fun of it.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like, as a kid, like,
this is definitely a believable thing for me, because as we all know, I'm exceedingly stupid.
Yeah, that's like, you know, there's like one notable trait, other than like sarcasm all the time.
I don't know why people think that I'm sarcastic all the time when actually I'm serious all the time.
Oh yeah?
Name one time I've been sarcastic.
Earlier today when you were saying something about the person, you know, doing in the game.
See what I mean?
There's
totally
no way to do that. Oh yeah?
Hilda versus Mina. I honestly can't remember the last time I saw this matchup. I have no idea when it happens. Does Jason still play? Like, Jason versus Mercy Main? That's the only time I can think of that this actually occurs.
Yeah, not that many Hilda players, just like even like in general, you know.
Yeah, just around.
So I guess you don't see this one too often. Unique character, has a charge mechanic. Similar, I guess, like a 2D fighter, but instead of like holding a direction, you get to hold down buttons.
Ironically enough, you know, the only character where every single move that they have in their arsenal is a Hori mid. And isn't that interesting?
Pretty much, right?
What a weird mechanic they gave that character. Fantastic step back. How are you blocking these lows? That's crazy. Wow, that actually hit standing. Oh no, come on.
Everyone gets hit by that one. Everyone gets hit by
Everyone gets hit by it at least once.
Yeah, you're like, oh right, yeah, this spring comes out and it doesn't like.
Do you go for guard damage? No, you went for the trick. I kind of wish that you went for the guard damage. Still, it's the Spear Regalia, though that probably doesn't matter. Just 3k.
Yeah, one thing about Hilda as well is, you know, she does have the charge moves, which are very strong, but her kicks are also fantastic, right? Because I feel like they kind of have to be in a certain way because they have to make up for the fact that sometimes she can't use other options.
Exactly. I agree with that, but boy oh boy, it's important to note that all this Seongmina offense, she does have some of the most airtight Oki in the entire game. You're not going to be able to get away from it all willy-nilly like that. Still has Spear. It really seems like RuberBeefMan's whole shtick is like whipping a small button into a tech crouch Hori mid.
It's pretty good strat. It's working out so far.
Yeah, it's working out. He dead?
Not quite, but oh my god!
Wow, that was close. You died.
No!
Oh man, everybody's choking on everything today.
My nerves are high.
Yeah, how can we
Pressure
think
is
of
high.
anything more serious, more at stake than the Boominati League?
Pride. It's online.
Yeah, the most prideful tournament there is.
Yeah.
These teams have been at each other's throats.
These guys all hate each other.
Yeah, it's predominantly why they're choking on so much, because they've been strangling each other for so long. Nice whip punish.
though. Yes, I step
Oh,
gets the
tech
tech trap as well.
No, I'm not necessarily knowing stuff about Hilda, potentially.
Lack of matchup knowledge, hard to get against this character. As we mentioned before, not a lot of people play her, especially not at a high level.
It's just kind of like a slow burn kind of match, and it really seems like Hilda is on top of it when it comes to that sort of thing. Man, that combo was so deep and heavy that the game was over.
Oh, well, he won anyway, so.
I presume that the reason why it like disconnected us is because there was so much lag for us that the game had technically already been over for a while.
Yeah, I feel like that's what happened. I feel like that probably either rung out or led to a situation where he
I
got
assume that combo rung out. I think the standard combo will ring out. That's it.
Yeah.
But okay, Hilda versus Mina yet again. I assume that because he doesn't feel comfortable in the matchup, there's no reason to go with a different character, right?
Hey, wait, hold on. Someone said get Okubo. Is it still called Okuboing? He no longer works at Man on
Yeah, that's rude. That's just harassment at that point.
Yeah, that guy, he doesn't work there anymore,
You're
man.
harassing an 80-year-old man.
Yeah, a jacked 80-year-old man. He'll beat you up.
Yeah, one, he'll beat you up, and two, if you beat him up, what do you really win? He's old.
It's just elder abuse.
Like, what have you done? That's like, getting challenged to, like, a money match against, like, a 6-year-old child. So what are you gonna, like... There's no winning for you here.
Yeah. Except for if you win this game, you win in that regard.
Okubo doesn't play the game.
Well, I mean, you know what, Jay? Let's move on.
No one
Yeah, just silence for the rest of this.
dare. Don't you dare try and interrupt my train of thought.
Hey, well, you know what? RuberBeefMan
Might be the
trying to make a
first
comeback
time.
in this round.
Might be the first time that Zubaz has ever tried to interrupt my train of thought while I'm commentating with him.
That's not true. Oh, he
no.
didn't spend it. He goes for a reset. No, that was kind of cheeky. I like it. Gets the block onto that time with the back turn. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he should have just gone for it again. Everybody just whipping grabs everywhere. Wow.
Oh, he's rung out.
It's kind of unfortunate that the game ended that way, but other than that, it was a very tight set. Just kind of walking around. It's all about who whiffs first.
Yeah, both these characters strong with punishment. Hilda, when she has her charge, and especially when she has the charge regalia, as we saw before, that with punish damage on that C6B is insane.
Well, this is a new tactic that he can potentially go, where it seems like they're both just kind of going back and forth at the far range and seeing who gets more whip punishes, right? But then for that small stint of time, RuberBeefMan decided to go with a significantly close range kind of thing with 3Ks, grabs, and small pokes, and he was getting a lot of damage out of it. You just had to be right so often, right? So I think potentially going for the small caliber version of this set would do him better.
Yeah. Hilda has some great up close options. With like C6A or C5A is a great option. Super great damage when she gets regalia. She can gets regalia, which gives her even more options. So
see, like they're playing so much faster than before now. Before, like they were both playing the same game, and I feel like Hilda can potentially be a little bit more flexible in her style. Does have to deal with that guard kick though. Okay. I guess that jump B is like -2 or something.
And Soul Charge gets the hit, gets the plus frames.
You have become the...
No.
Never mind. Okay. You end up going into a mix-up well.
A 50-50 for life, for your death. So.
Well, double 50-50, really.
Yeah. Fabled.
Yeah. I've only heard about it in storybooks and songs. Meet a Soul Charge #1. Immediately running up there to try and like deal with like this again. I just feel like this really up close pressure is kind of really saving RuberBeefMan from potentially going to a game 3. But now he has to deal with the second bar. Whoa!
Oh, dude, the wall flat. That would have been crazy.
God, that lion is so tricky. You never know if he's going to give you the wall or not.
It was like the corkscrew spin as well, which is like notorious for being bad against on low walls.
Right, exactly. Oh, it decided to go for like some sort of reset. Wow, how did you do that? Oh no.
Nice.
Is Noe Woe gonna potentially... If you have one shot.
He has the Spear Regalia, so that Hell Sweep will kill right now also.
Never let it go.
Oh, but he
You
wins!
only had one shot and you missed your chance to blow, and now your opportunity is gone. Once in a lifetime, yo.
Yeah, what Jay said. I
Okay, so
agree.
1-1. RuberBeefMan's gonna get another opportunity to for a whack at it.
Yeah. He definitely got really impatient at the end of that game. I feel like there was still time on the clock. He didn't have to make something like crazy like that happen, right? He could have tried to like work his way in. That Hell Sweep again would have killed. He had options available to him, but he kind of just made a panic decision almost with that C6B, threw it out there, and the one weakness, one of the weaknesses that that Hilda has is like her mid-range to like longer range step control isn't very good.
It's just kind of unfortunate that he ended up going with RuberBeefMan ended up going right back to the original game plan of long-range poking and spacing, which was actually kind of losing him that second game. Again, I think if he just goes with the short game much more often, it'll take a long time, but you'll be able to win the day.
Yeah.
Battle 1. Fight.
Kind of a mediumly sized stage.
Gets the Regalia ready to go, and the Grand backing away has great movement, so you can kind of like dance around. But as you mentioned before, you maybe not want to do this in this matchup. Being closer is definitely going to be a bit higher of a boon, bit larger boon to fight Mina, because she is definitely weaker at the close range.
Oh man, it's kind of a shame that he rolled and then still had to block that.
Yeah.
He's got both Regalias going. He can do something, but now he needs something that's pretty big, and Noe Woe is a master at keeping from getting hit by something big.
Yeah.
Kind of an expert at mitigating the potential comeback factor of his opponent. Did I just curse him? Nah, didn't fall for it. Lightning does not strike twice.
Yeah, it's like you see that move, you get the you almost always hit the first one, and then people are like, oh, right, okay, yeah.
Oh, catching that duck there, that was nice. Oh man, I don't know, man. It really seems like RuberBeefMan is kind of going back to the original game plan of just kind of trading big swing for big swing. Kind of wish he would go for something, a little bit of stuff like this. Though then again, it's not really netting him any kind of damage. Is Noe Woe's defense really this good?
Definitely has solid defense, but he's kind of been changing up the game plan. So maybe Noe Woe has the momentum right now, coming off that win. He has the rounds.
If at first you don't succeed.
Do it again.
All right, now RuberBeefMan is in a hell of a spot. He's got to deal with this guard break. He's got to deal with 2 rounds down. He's got to deal with being a failure. An absolute failure.
Jay, you know a lot about that. What's that like?
It's guys, you'd be surprised what you can live with.
RuberBeefMan not looking good in this potential last round. You pretty much had to take that hit, or else his guard would have been broken. That would have been an even worse situation.
I think he's literally dead to a guard break, depending on what the guard break is at this point. Especially if it means Soul Charge.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't know, dude. I don't know how you get out of it. You can get a ring out. Looks like he was aiming for that ring out.
Yeah, and
that crushes. That's hilarious.
Wow.
All right. Noe Woe has made this. Does that make Noe Woe Captain v Captain? Or sorry,
Ace
Ace
v
v
Ace.
Ace.
Yes. So Enders J will be up next, trying to defend his captain from Noe Woe, and maybe even try and take out OmegaXCN himself. But Noe Woe coming back, putting all these points on the board for his team.
Okay, so this is going to be Enders versus Noe Woe, right?
Enders also a Cervantes player, but plays very different than what we saw from Airworthy.
Yes.
I mentioned a little bit earlier.
Sorry, see, he's also somebody who has added on quite a lot of pressure to himself personally, simply because in the second Boominati League, the roles were reversed. Enders J was the captain, and Incendiate was the ace. And Incendiate defended his captain to the very last man. In fact, I think during the entirety of like the seeding, Enders J did not have to play once. And I think Enders J would like to return the favor. But in order to do that, he's going to have to beat Noe Woe and OmegaXCN.
Yes, two very solid players. OmegaXCN's been a really high-level player for multiple Soul Calibur games. Continues to be that way. Noe Woe rising up in Soul Calibur 6, becoming a notable player that you can't sleep on. He can really pretty much beat everybody. But Enders J, also like a rising star, definitely starting in Soul Calibur 6, becoming one of the best players in North America.
OmegaXCN is actually the first person in the Soul Calibur community I ever met.
Ever.
Yeah.
Enders J.
It was him, Annuity, and Primordial Ooze.
Interesting.
They were the only people who could play Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
And it's arguable that the Ooze wasn't even a people.
It was just like it is even sentient, like kind of. Just...
Oh, it's sentient. Trust.
Okay. Yeah, Enders J, Cervantes player, different from Airworthy. He plays a lot more. I guess you could say like compact, like tight gameplay, lots of grabs, lots of launchers, great spacing, great movement as well with Enders J. I think those are like the highlights of him as a player. Great understanding of the game, great timing, great ability to adapt to his opponent and read his opponent and put them in bad situations.
As we said before, Noe Woe stuck with Mina, though chances are he's going to stick with Mina the entire time at this point. He did it with Airworthy, he'll do it with Enders. Wow, that stepped up.
Knock down there again, backing away, okay.
Forcing Cervantes to come to him makes sense. One of the very few weaknesses that you can actually take advantage of when you're fighting against Cervantes is that his approach options are really not the best.
They're very, very linear. It's like he has 6K and that's it. Okay.
Basically, everything pushes out to a certain level where Mina has the ability to counterattack and Cervantes kind of doesn't.
Okay, GIing after K2. That's going to be good information for Enders to have, right? If your opponent's trying to disrespect in that situation. Sidestep.
Is he dead?
I
think he is.
Oh no!
Wow.
Okay,
Whoa.
juggles.
Sloppy jalopy there for that combo. Nice sidestep.
Sidestep. Yeah, they've
That's
got
important
2 of the 3
information.
options there.
Yeah, that's important information for Noe Woe to have, to see that Enders will, in fact, try to take a bet on something like that. It's not going to have a guaranteed setup. It gets a lethal hit here. Huge damage. Like the only Mina player who uses soul attack.
Yeah. Good way to keep an aggressive pressure going in Soul Charge. See?
Boy, Noe not getting. He was the one who did Soul Charge first, and he got nothing out of it.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
the backstab! Great stuff from Enders J. Is this gonna kill? It is. That
Ace-
movement that I was
A6,
talking about.
A6 and then backstab.
Yeah, like crazy.
Yeah, it's like forcing Noe Woe to have to spend some sort of a button, spend his frames in some way, and immediately punishing him for it.
Yeah, the first 2 hit, the third one gets blocked, but the pushback's so great.
Man, Noe not getting anything out of his meter so far this game. He's got this red guard gauge. Yeah, you can see him going for the 6AB. Has to do that. Has to spend the soul soul charge.
Stepping every time.
Yes, he's just doing 6AB over and over again to get that guard crush.
Yeah,
That's all he cares about. I mean, you might as well do it again. I'm
Right.
worried about the step duck, I assume. You should have been more scared about the step tuck than I was letting on.
Hey, Noe Woe, not on this one yet, but 2 bars of meter for Enders J. You can make a lot
And
of
a
things
guard
happen.
crush. Yeah.
And the guard crush. So
Just has to make sure that he's wary about where he then potentially uses that guard crush, because Cervantes is notorious for getting a guard crush in a position where he gets no damage out of it.
Yeah, that's definitely something that happens. He catches the mashing with the tip range 3B. Big damage off that one.
Anders, did you go and throw this away? Oh, you did. I can't believe Noe was able to clutch that out. Anders just, I think he had everything going for him in that last round, and it got to his head.
Yeah, he step duck coming in from Noe Woe, right? It's good. It's real good.
History retold.
I think he just realized that he had everything going for him. He had the meter, and he wanted that guard crush, which he was trying so hard to use in the second to last round, that he got too ambitious. He got too much in his head about which of his plethora of options that he could go for.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like I think 2-2A plus B actually might guard crush as well from Cervantes. So like he kind of was doing that with like a 6AB. He didn't do as much damage, I don't think, but I don't think it would have mattered in that situation.
Airworthy, the Cervantes player that always does Dreadstorm, biting his hand with the fact that he was not the one who got the stage.
One of the best stages as a Cervantes player. Okay, goes for it wasn't the drop, it was an Oki setup.
Oh, come on! Anders just very adamant about winning with 3K. Man,
I feel like, you know, if you get a Mina player not to do the full string there, like that's fine. I'm okay with not taking the block punish there, right?
That's the second time he's gotten that Delta Grab lethal hit. That's the first time we've seen 4-4-Ray actually lethal hit.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Mina this set so far.
It really has, yeah, right?
So far, yeah.
Doesn't have any meter to go off. 2A plus B on block and 2A plus B. Okay, Ender's really swinging for the fences there.
Battle 3. Fight.
Man, just an immediate 3B goes unpunished. A lot of mid-range kind of stuff going on right now.
That'd be such a beefy move from Mina.
Man, that's the second time that 4-4-B has caught one of these GIs from Enders. He's just not having his time. His timing's getting kind of caught up in Noe Woe's rhythm at the moment.
Yes, it is. Okay, going to Dreadstorm, but the 6B clips him out of it.
Whoa. Okay, well now if you're going to go off the wall, what are you going to do? Yeah, he just charges forward. He's just not going to get enough of a momentum shift.
Yeah, I think we saw... We saw earlier against Airworthy as well, Noe Woe using 6-6B to challenge Dreadstorm. Against when he did against Airworthy, right? So maybe that's like a move that's really good against Dreadstorm because it's fast, has a big hitbox, long range.
Oh man, catching the side step with a wall rising B. Very common tale when dealing with Mina. This is all Noe Woe right now. Enders is just having an impossible time just learning how to play the video game.
Yep, one hit away, and that should take it.
The lag spike perfect enough. The lag spike provided just enough time for Noe Woe to register the situation perfectly so that he could see whiff punish.
Yep.
And
Wow.
Enders J is a failure.
He really lost all his momentum from not getting that guard crush, that step duck. When he went for that 6AB, like he was so...
He just got really
obvious.
ambitious at the end of that round and in the last round of the first game. It was pretty crazy, yeah.
Yeah, he really was like, okay, I'm gonna try and break your guard here to win, and it was like, he was obvious that he kept going for it, and it didn't work, He's like, okay, I'm gonna keep going for it, and then Noe Woe just slips that sidestep while rising B in there, ducking under the first hit.
I honestly can't remember the last time that Noe Woe and Incendiate have fought.
I don't...
There was a there was like this team tournament. quite a while back nowadays, where Noe Woe and Incendiate were on opposing teams, but they never actually played against each other because the first person on Incendiate's team ended up beating Noe Woe both times.
Interesting.
So I don't know. That's the only time that I can remember them being within the vicinity of each other.
I mean, they probably met in online events, like other online tournaments.
No, I doubt it.
Yeah, you're probably right. How's it feel, Jay?
What?
The first time in your life someone.
How does it feel? I'm trying to get Boom DMCA.
So he just never invites us on ever again.
Well, it doesn't invite me on. When is that ever going to happen?
What, me getting DMCA'd or you being
Anybody in the Soul Calibur community getting DMCA'd?
I don't know, man. We'll see.
I doubt it.
But thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for watching. I anticipated this match not being 2 hours long, but we're hitting the 2-hour mark. So
Welcome to the stage
yeah,
of history.
we're gonna be here for a while.
It's a long one.
I didn't know how long while, but yeah, this match is insane. So next we're gonna have Team Anton versus Team Twice. And then,
Yeah, hopefully like they can just 6-0 and we can just be done with it.
See, that's the hard thing about trying to schedule these kinds of things, because it could take over 2 hours. It could also take 30 minutes.
Yeah.
you
The
know,
other ones, I mean, I don't remember how long the first one that Zubaz and I did, but boy, we were in and out like gangbusters.
Well, yeah, the first one that happened, I think, was an OCV.
Yeah, I wasn't
So
there.
that was a quick one.
But yeah.
Yeah, I was in and out in like half an hour. It's like, well, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, that was great. A job well done. Okay, the first time that we've seen Incendiate so far in this tournament. I'm sure he is quite displeased by his ace failing him, to the point where they even chose the exact same stage just for Incendiate to be like, let me show you how it's done. First you get grabbed, then you roll away, and now you're going to try to play Small Caliber, and what Noah's going to do is he's just going to be like, yeah, I'm going to play Soul Calibur better, and then he's like, well, what if I do a grab? And then he's going to be like, what if I try to go for a wall combo for the 18th time? It's not going to work.
Yeah, going for that horizontal kick, trying to get the wall combos you were mentioning. But you know, he didn't really have the meter built up yet either to really be a huge threat, unless he gets a wall combo like that.
Yeah, you know, something like this is still a pretty solid amount of damage.
Okay, he goes for the hit confirm, doesn't pull the trigger on it. Good reactions from Incendiate. Oh,
Wow,
that was weird.
Man, Mina's sidestep is really good. It's literally a teleport.
Yeah.
Is that guard damage? Oh, trying to get that duck into a punish doesn't end up working out. No, it's getting a lot of momentum off of just like the first hit of 4-4K. Like, it block or hit, it just like perturbs the opponent enough that's like, why didn't you complete the string? It's so weird.
Alright,
Wait,
Noe Woe up 2 rounds and getting a run against Incendiate.
Yeah, this is getting kind of fast.
Yeah.
Incendiate has that meter now. I don't know if he's the kind of person who will spend Soul Charge in a matchup like this. Wow!
Yeah, the thing with like Zhanghua is like her soul charge isn't necessarily bad. It's like her CE is just the best.
Yeah, I think her Soul Charge is kind of bad. It's at least in the sense of, unlike other characters like Ro at this point, where you get to spend your Soul Charge moves over and over and over again, and you're still in Soul Charge. If Zhanghua uses like 2 of her Soul Charge moves, her Soul Charge is good, and that's crazy. It's like, okay, I did AAB right as my Soul Charge started. Okay, you're under half of your bar. Immediate run-up AA. Incendiate kind of getting into the groove now of playing the super aggressive character against the defensive one. Totally comfortable eating the stand kick so that you can get a potential wall combo or something like this.
Yep. It's not like crazy high damage with Zhanghua's wall combos, but not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, spend the
Had
bar.
to spend the bar though. It's not going to kill, probably dead on the Oki, but this is going to mean that the last round is not really going to be in Incendiate's favor.
He almost has that bar though, so not a terrible spot to be in, but he has to get this round first. And Noe Woe has the meter to make a comeback here if he gets the hit.
Dude, if he gets any of these launches, he's dead, but instead Incendiate has eaten like 15 launchers of his own.
Ooh, okay.
Oh boy. But okay. 2 bars to 1.
Yep.
gonna be a matter of I really feel like Noe should spend bar like instantaneously. Yeah.
Just like that. Just like that. Yeah, you don't want to give Incendiate that frame advantage. Great reactions to that low sweep there. That was crazy.
He got a teeny tiny amount, but again, he has another bar, and frankly, you don't have to worry about Zhanghua soul charging against your soul charge, so I think that you spend your second one, like, kind of immediately, too.
But anything minus 12 here.
There
you
you
whip.
die.
Oh, but no!
I'm dead, my friend.
Oh.
Wow. Noe Woe. Out-clutching one of the clutchiest players that we have in today's modern
Economy.
society. Yeah.
Yeah, in today's economy.
Yeah.
Okay. No, up game number 1 against Incendiate.
That kind of sucks. I really feel like that was a stage that Incendiate was going to win on, too. Because if they get us a bigger stage with less walls and less ability to exert pressure, that's going to be so much harder.
I mean, he could pick the same stage if he wanted to, could he not?
Yeah, he could. That's true.
That's an option that is available to him.
Of course, that only happens if he actually readies up, though.
He's doing the typical Jordan thing of, like, he lost, so now he's going to, like, sit here and think for a moment
Well,
and ponder.
I can't slam him for that.
I'm not slamming him, I'm just saying that's what he's doing.
No, I just mean to say that I cannot do that.
like, you're incapable.
It would be very hypocritical of me to do that to somebody.
Why, because you do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would, you know... That,
Yeah, I do the same thing all the time.
That hence the, you know, the hypocrite part.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense if you, you know, put 2 and 2 together.
I try not to do that to people. I try not to slam people for doing things that I do.
I try not to be a hypocrite.
Well, I'm sure that there are times that I have been. So
Yeah.
I'm merely accepting the reality of my mortality, really.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're Incendiate in this situation, what do you think he's thinking about in that time frame where he was, you know, waiting for this next game?
Boy, it's not easy. I really feel like you probably want to keep a stage like that, kind of what you were talking about.
Yeah.
You want to try and find a way of understanding the rhythms that Noe Woe is going for when it comes to dealing with your offense. Try to put him, at least this is how I play an aggressive character against a strong defensive player, which is putting them in... It's funny that he went random and got the same stage, but it did. Putting them in the same 2 or 3 situations over and over again and trying to understand what their motivation is. Potentially going for guard damage is a way that you could go, but then you're kind of playing into Noe Woe's whole oeuvre. It looks like what Incendiate has tried to do is go for like slower pressure, which has its ups and downs. It can potentially work because it'll throw Noe Woe off of his rhythm because you're dealing with a faster character, you expect him to press a lot more buttons than you do. But if he ends up still feeling comfortable, if Noe Woe is still not off of his rhythm, then I don't know what Incendiate can do. It's very difficult to do that.
Yeah. It's definitely a hard spot to be in if you're Incendiate. But the life lead's not looking too bad in this round 1 of game 2. Incendiate life lead here. He's up in his face, this is where he wants to be, and he gets the lethal hit on the air hit opponent. And that's going to take round number 1 of game 2.
Kind of interesting that what Incendiate's done, he was doing this a little bit when it came to like the 4Ks up against the wall, but have you noticed that the majority of the moves that Incendiate has done have all been like in the mid-range, have all been highs. He went with like 6A, he went with 6A. He's throwing out a lot of highs to try and control movement from a slightly farther away range, and typically this can potentially have the problem of step duck, but because they are so awkwardly timed, Noe isn't getting those step ducks like we were seeing before.
No, he's not. Look, it's the interrupt as well. Great stuff, Incendiate. His whiff punishment has been on point. You know, he did lose game number 1, but those 6XPs and everything, his whiff punishment is just so clean. He's playing Geralt for a long time to like build up that skill set, and it has been showing here that this whiff punishment is just so good.
Basically every time there's been like a forced kind of mix, a timing that is very obvious that happens in games all the time, Noe has been on point. And he's not, he hasn't gotten hit by them. And then, like, weird stuff happens, and that's really the only place where you can catch Noe Woe. See, like, awkwardly timed 2 ways and stuff like that, that's really the only way that he can do it.
Yeah,
Besides the spike bar makes sense, he's dead to the Oki here, but the problem is, again, it is a forced situation that Noe has been in plenty of times. So I don't know.
I feel like he's gonna go low. No, it went mid. I would have gone low.
Yeah, typically what happens is that he'll do that against slower. Whoa! Wow, no, that's unfortunate, dude. God, if you had pulled the trigger, my dude. Oh, that stinks.
Hold his devil trigger, man.
Ayo. But yeah, typically on that Oki post CE,
Welcome to the stage of history.
Jordan will go for that B plus KB because it will stuff soul charges.
Mm-hmm.
So also on top of that, very smart stuff from Noe, realizing that all he had to do was just weather the storm there just for a second, and then he could soul charge to try and get out of there. So I honestly feel like Noe doesn't really have to change a whole lot. I think if he gets a bigger stage, things could open up a little bit better for him. Yeah,
Well,
so
I mean, it's not like bigger per se,
but he also has
but
ring outs.
he has
So
ring
I
out
think
potential.
his sphere of influence is a lot larger. It'll force Incendiate to kind of like stop pressing buttons, lest he gets destroyed by one single 2-2-B.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
Well,
The old run up into wait 15 seconds into jump versus crouch grab.
Yeah, classic mix-up.
Classic mix-up. Wow, he immediately tried to do a 3A. Incendiate getting a little bit rambunctious here.
Oh, the whiff punish though, great. Those 6B's so good.
Oh.
Gonna lose this round, but
Fast first round.
yeah.
Battle 2. Fight.
Boy, Incendiate's team not even going to get to the captain.
Didn't feel confident in that whip punish timing, so he goes for just the run up 3A, which can be a bad habit, but
It's fine.
yeah.
Overall, I think in a matchup like this, it'll be...
Yeah, her punishment's not great. So.
Yeah. God. So, the second time around...
Oh, right there! Right, you needed that launcher. You needed it. You
Ooh.
had to see.
He was dead to that crouch grab, too.
Yep.
Wow, 6 to say on block into turnaround kick. I really don't think that Incendiate was looking for that. I really feel like Incendiate was very good at making his timings awkward in the second game, and now it really seems like Noe was just firing that exact same thing right back at him. All of these small buttons are confusing Incendiate to the point where he's not able to get much going.
Yep.
God, and every crouch grab has either been like
Jumped or...
has been evaded. And
Wow, great
What kind of
AGI.
anti is that? Okay. Wants to try and end this right here, right now. Yeah, see, just whiff into 1B, whiff into a button. Classic Ivy type mix-up, you know?
Yeah, one hit away right now.
Oh man, Incendiate. I appreciate the flare. Incendiate just kind of really starved for knowing what he was supposed to be doing in that last game, and that's going to be the end of this marathon team battle.
Yeah, 2 hour long. Yeah, I feel like what I said of like that 3A as like substituting an actual whiff punishment, I feel like that really cost him there.
Especially
he went
with
for
the
it that
time.
first time. It was like, okay, I guess. The second time though, he had all of the time in the world to 3B. And 3EB into CE was either going to kill because he had lower life and like Noe Woe had just over like that tick of 80 health. So I feel like it either would have killed or he would have been in a mix-up for death. And he could have spent the CE to get the bar, spend the bar, and put him in that situation to potentially get the round. But he doesn't do it. He just goes for a single 3A, basically puts himself back at neutral, and just loses the game from there.
All right.
Good stuff from Noe overall.
Fantastic. I'm gonna give you guys a break because
Alright.
you guys deserve it. Unless you don't want to break and want to keep going, but I feel like you would want to break.
I'm tired, Boom.
I'm sorry.
I want to go to Sleepy Time Junction.
Me too. So are you telling me that you want to keep going and just get this over with, or?
Either way, I'm gonna try to get through the second game. I gotta admit, it's gonna be lower energy.
That is
than the
totally
first
okay.
time.
I 100%
But
understand.
I want
Give me like 2 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. I'll probably take what I'll probably do is I'll give you guys 2 minutes. I'll take the first game from you guys to give you more
Alright.
time. But yeah, so all right. Congrats to Team CthuWu. Oh my, I can't believe I said that. Team CthuWu. For their W. I will not do an interview today because we have mad people to get through. So yeah, There's 2 more matches. There's not just 1 more. There's 2 more matches, bro. There's 2 more. We're gonna be here forever, bro. All right, so let's not have it like. I love the close matches, but I didn't think it was gonna be this close. Anyways, you have no interview, bro. I have like we've got mad stuff to do, bro. What are you talking about? Anyways, don't forget to add. You can say it. You can say it next time, bro. I know. I'm sorry, but at this point, dude, you know. But you know what you can talk about. You know what you can say. You can talk your shit in NLBC with your play. Sign up to NLBC tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Smash.gg/NLBC SC6. So we're gonna get your stuff. We're gonna Parsec is gonna be lit. We're gonna see more stuff like this. Also, Wednesday Night Fights is happening every single Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. So it's also on Parsec, so make sure those things happen there. I know you need interviews, but so I'm gonna be level with you, chat. The reason why I haven't been streaming so much is because I acquired a new job, which requires me to do stuff like this for other games. And so before I came here, I did some TOing for Valorant. So I would like my free time. So there's gonna be no interviews right now. But next is gonna be Team Anton, which is Team Medicated Geniuses, versus Team Twice, which is Get Scooped. So yes, I know you guys are amazing. I know you guys need interviews, but I love you guys, but not today. Not today. Just like any other day besides today. So